You have to choose the fucking positive things, or the things that are gonna make you happy. You must choose the fucking things that are gonna make you happy. Because why would you choose the things that make you unhappy? People have this fucking thing where they like to act miserable and shit, but it's like, you have a fucking, you have emotions, like happiness for a reason. Is to make you, it's a reward system. When you do something that fucking makes you fucking feel good, or happy, or increase your status, you fucking feel happy. You think it's fucking rocket science? It ain't fucking rocket science, motherfucker. Do the fucking thing that's gonna make you happy. Go towards your fucking goals by being decisive and taking fucking action. That increases happiness. Yes. Why would you choose sadness and misery? You think that it's gonna make you happy? That's not the point. I mean, why would somebody choose? Lots of people do it though. They choose things that aren't gonna fucking benefit them in the long run. Don't choose fucking shit that's not gonna benefit you in the long run. Fucking fear is your enemy. Fear prevents action. Fear keeps you stuck. Yeah, the world's fucking really fucked up. The world's really fucked up. Okay, now what? Now what? What are you gonna do about it? Are you gonna be a fucking victim and look at conspiracy theories and just focus on how fucked up the world is? Is that the plan? You know, seriously, think about it. Of course the world's fucked up. The world is so fucked up. So evil. There's so much evil in the world. But absorbing yourself in, because it's not about, though, it comes down to people just get addicted to the negativity. It feeds them in the wrong way. They get addicted to the fucking negativity and they become hooked, and then they become mentally fucking ill, and then they become passive also because they don't take action. Because how the fuck did you take action when you just constantly in a fear-based mentality, which promotes fucking passivity and weakness? Because they absorb themselves with negative things that are gonna bring their spirits down. You should never choose something that's gonna bring your fucking spirits down. Like I said, choose stuff that's gonna uplift you. And that's because you have your own reward system inside you. It's called fucking happiness, motherfucker. It's not that fucking simple. It's not that complex. It's not that fucking complex. It's really quite simple. People make this shit fucking way more complex than it ever needs to be. It doesn't need to be fucking complex in the first place. So that's exactly how it is. That's some crazy shit. That's pretty interesting, isn't it? It's not every day you see that. That's very interesting. I don't even. What do you make of such a thing? Basically, an old guy was on a fucking wheelchair, fucking going up this fucking hill, where like kind of in just a really awkward place to go up a hill in a fucking wheelchair, like one of those motorized scooters. Just very, very strange place to do that. Very strange place to see that. But yeah, be positive. Positivity. Well, I don't even like the word positive because it gets a bad rap. Let's talk about fucking happiness. True goddamn fucking happiness. True happiness is empowering, and it breeds action. So take fucking action. Get over your fears. They're mostly lots of fears is just in your goddamn fucking head. But don't let those goddamn fears in your head control you and control how you act, which is not acting. It's not taking action. It's about being passive. So never let a fucking fear fester inside you to the point where it makes you passive in your day-to-day interactions and prevents you from doing what you gotta fucking do. Just do what the fuck you gotta do. Because you live this fucking life. And why the fuck would you not see the big picture? You know? Why would you not see the big picture? We're here on this earth, okay? We're here in this planet, and people basically have limited amounts of freedom, some more than others. And the more you do the right shit for you, the more you take the right steps, the more freedom you're granted. The more freedom you're granted. That's how life works. That's how life works. And eventually you get to a point where you get all the things that society could possibly offer and more. But you have to. Do you think if you weren't born in that position, you think, how the fuck do you think you're ever gonna achieve that position? You do it by building your character. How do you build your character? Take fucking action. Have integrity. Because there's a reason. You know, there's generally a reason why the lower classes and shit, not to get fucking political, but there's generally a reason why basically the worse your character, the worse your social status. The better your character, the better your social status. Now there are exceptions there, or else no one would go to that point to begin with. They would never get to that point to begin with. Like all the people like Bill Gates and stuff, or whatever the fuck. You know, they wouldn't. Like I said, there are exceptions, and it's those exceptions that matter. It's those exceptions which do the appropriate thing. Because I mean, you should understand innately that you're called for something greater, of stewardship, a sense of duty, a sense of objectivity, a sense of bringing order to the world. I mean, there's lots of fucked up shit that happens in this planet, but you know what? A lot of it actually happens with decent intentions, like bringing order. You know, you actually need order. People need order, or else they would just be burning shit down. I mean, that's just a fact. So there have been all these techniques that have been devised over fucking time to achieve that order and social control. It's important stuff. It's important stuff. If you fucking take away all the, if you take away those things that bring order, you'll see how quickly man reverts to a sense of barbarism. And there's nothing noble about that sense of barbarism. So don't fucking get it twisted. As the fucking kids say these days. Don't get it fucking twisted, seriously. There's nothing noble about barbarism and the things that predated civilization. In some sense, there's some good things, but in many other senses, there aren't. There aren't in many other senses. And now, human civilization has created a whole bunch of other fucking problems. Mainly domestication, degenerative diseases that didn't exist. Man was of a healthier sort and a stronger sort. There's definitely been a degeneration. You can see it. Men were generally stronger and better 150 years ago. But they became weaker over time, especially today. They became especially weak today, in today's modern day. And they don't even realize, because they think that weakness is a good virtue, but it's not even a virtue, it's a vice. It's a fucking vice. You know, they don't understand true. They're so separated from, they're so detached from the state of things, and in what led to the creation of greatness, that they exist only by. That's why it's essential to always do something that is gonna better yourself, no matter who the fuck you are, no matter if you already have everything you could possibly ask for. There's a sense of destiny and character that is built. It's instilled in you. It's in your drive. It's in your fucking drive. It's your determination. You never lose that, no matter what. And today, people are so detached from the things that would have been called religious values that they've become accustomed to a fucking weak culture of weakness. And they think that is good because they're severely deluded and severely brainwashed. And they don't know any better. They actually really don't know any better because they're often they're good-hearted people. They just don't know any better. They're just very easily deceived. So, and like I said, a lot of that fucking deception takes place from decent, because you must. How are you gonna keep people's barbaric interests, barbaric instincts and impulses in control? There's a whole bunch of ways you could do it, and they've been done over the centuries, over the millennia. So it's for their own good. It really is for their own good, because if you take a group of savages who would eventually led to their own destruction because of the ways of their culture, it wouldn't have been able to survive existence. And if you took those people, conquered those people, which is what happened back in ancient times, there are many more tribes that don't exist today because they've all been encultured, they've all been brought into civilization and given nationalities and fucking a religion and all these other fucking identities and shit. If you just took those fucking people and you didn't give them any kind of sense of value system, you just left them to their own devices, you would see how quickly they acted in a destructive way that didn't produce any value for anybody, not even themselves. So I mean, there you go, there you have it. Man is a fucking ruthless animal, a ruthless creature. And people in positions of power who have been into social programming, obviously they know that by now. Everybody in those positions understands that. They understand these things. They understand that people have this naive. People are so naive in America, it drives me crazy. How could you be naive? I listened to Slavoj Žižek, who's a communist. Whatever. That's what he believes. I disagree with him, but he could believe that if he wants. But anyway, the fucking point is he lived through some really fucked up shit. He lived through some really fucked up shit. And why he's interesting is because he understands how impossibly naive these young people and how brainwashed they all are. It's really sad to see, because to me it just says, well, those people haven't had life experiences. Their life experience is extremely limited. It is fucking sad. Don't you realize that everybody is susceptible to the intoxication of total power, in that human beings, given that level of control, often do horrendous things? Or do you think that all the things you see around you are just for your own benefit? The culture created and shoved down your fucking throat. It's all because humans are on the verge of being on the cusp of innovation, and to some extent, yeah, but it comes because of individuals who want to better themselves, not because of human nature. Human nature is pretty fucked up. And these people really believe, they're so naive that they believe all this social shit, all this social ideology and indoctrination is really, it's good. It's, it's as if these ideas have never been considered before in history. It's part of a process, a long fucking process of degeneration of culture, because the people became weaker. It's that fucking simple. They had to stop fighting wars and they became weaker. Compare the average man of today to the average man of 150 years ago.